back to another episode of A Screw Loose Homestead. And today we're working on the chicken coop clean out. Now this is a coop that we built ourselves, and it's been very functionable. But you know, every once in a while you just got to clean out and maintain for the chickens too. They produce for us, so let's keep them a clean environment. And let's get started.
Come on, what's this stuff?
We place our wheelbarrows and our bucket that we're going to clean out into right beside the big doors. We have two big doors on each side. And our nesting boxes are on the back, and we'll get back there here in just a second and I'll show you a little bit more about those. And our raised doors, we'll show you those. They're not automated yet, but we will be working on that in the future. On my right.
Hi! So let's get to it.
How wet or anything is pouring in, it will not drop out because it's made of fiberglass sheeting.
What we found here when we moved in. There's the wooden one.
The reason why the chicken coop has two big doors on the sides is because we want it to be easier to clean out.
Yeah.
This is a 4-foot by 8-foot chicken coop, and we didn't want to try to have to clean out just from one side.
No, that would have been too hard. Especially for him.
This coop hasn't been used since last spring. They used it all winter, but then something comes through last spring and killed all of our chickens but 3, so we ended up putting the 3 that survived in with our Batnum chickens. But we got some new chickens this spring, and so now they are needing a home because they are the size that they need a coop. So we're cleaning this back out, and I'm just going to make a reminder to make sure that the doors are closed every night. Now you'll see that there's some feed bags hung on the walls because of this gap right here. We had an incident of some frostbite last year. So here in the next few weeks I'm going to be putting up some thin strips of boards over the gaps to make it more airtight, and I'll probably cover some of these vents up for this winter and just leave a little bit for ventilation. Hopefully it'll cut down on frostbite this year.
Here, Mom. Let me handle it.
We live in East Tennessee, so it's not like we have a lot of hard freezes, but 2 or 3 a year, and just want to be a little on the extra precaution side. This is also another reason why we used fiberglass for the bottom instead of wood. We wanted something that could take a beating when it come to cleaning it out instead of getting
Dents.
holes and stuff from the shovels.
Great.
Right. And we probably should have cleaned this out last spring, to be honest, and it wouldn't be this hard. But, well, we was kind of depressed after our chickens was killed.
Yeah, over 40.
No, not 40. We had about 20 get killed.
Oh, honey, get back. Wasper's nest. Wasper
Is
nest.
it-
Get out.
Where?
I'm highly allergic to bees and wasps.
That's it. Because we're not going near them. Where's the wasper's nest? Whoo!
Watch it. That's that one that flops.
It's all over it.
I'm not gonna get up in there without getting stung.
See all those waspers?
No, they probably can't.
Put it together. That I can choose this one it.
No, we're not going to move that one. Do you see the string that needs to come back through the hole there?
I wouldn't be sticking your hand that close up in there, though.
Where is the wasper nest?
It's right there.
Here.
Well, he's not going up there. He's going. Gotta go up higher, baby.
I think I have something for them.
This board right here, it's got to go above that board. Up higher. Okay.
Lift them up.
I will in just a second. Stop. What did I say? So this coop was built to where my sons would be able to come out here and open up the coop doors in the morning without having to work too hard on it. So, as you've seen, let it back down. Now you want to pull it back up, and I'll get both doors.
Just because of a rope. Ta-da! And then we tie it onto this tree.
No, we don't tie it onto the tree. And the window is like really just for decoration, but it's really cute to come out here in the morning when they're ready to be out and all the chickens are standing there peeking out at you like, hey, it's time for us to go play.
Yep, so cute.
And give me that.
And then we made a functional door. Ta-da! Just pull a rope and then they open. Nice. And that goes through.
So my suggestion is shut that door over and let me knock this down.
Okay, well let me move the wheelbarrow.
You need to see all these beautiful mushrooms.
I mean, with all the ruckus and stuff we've been doing,
someone that's not allergic. Well, at least he's not allergic to them. That's a big plus, ain't it?
Surprisingly, they're not swarming.
I think it may be too cold out here for them.
They are hanging on to that nest.
Break it out.
They are still
This is so cool.
As you can see,
Mama is allergic to wasps and bees.
we have it raised up off the ground. In the summertime, it gives them a cool spot to go underneath it and to get out of the sun. And we can set their waters underneath it, and it helps keep them a little bit cleaner. Or hang them from underneath it. He's going to piss off some waspers.
Maybe surprise it. Now you want to get off this on camera, don't you?
Now, when we moved in here, there wasn't a chicken coop, and it is over there. We started the process of taking it down, but it's a little bit harder than I thought, because the inside is lined with chain link fencing.
Did you get it?
Now, guys, we don't kill bees usually, but waspers are a different category of their own, and I don't like them.
Dead end. All of them.
Now, we need to come out here and replace some of the runners on the boards. As you can see, they're missing a few. That one over there never got any put on.
Yeah, we did put this on a netted chicken coop, which we still have, and we made it in our living room. But then we put it again outside.
Now, what time of the year was it that we built a chicken coop in our living room?
Summer?
No. Why would we build a chicken coop in the living room?
Because our living room was big?
Nope, because it was too cold to build it outside. It was the middle of January, and we had just bought our chicks. Now, we did leave room for a gutter to go on the front here to create a water catchment system to feed into a 55-gallon barrel with water cups on it for the chickens. We haven't gotten around to doing that yet.
We were supposed to, but that never happened. It's really dusty.
Every bit of this coop was, well, every bit besides the main skeleton. I think we ended up buying, I think we went and bought 10 2x3s. But and a 4x4 post, which was the highest thing that we bought that day. But everything else, all these boards, windows, fiberglass, even the roof is done in, all of it was recycled from
here.
Other projects. So we built the chicken coop pretty cheaply.
Yep. So
this is an old abandoned trailer that was on the property. We've been using it for storage. The roof don't leak. Do you still have the hinges to put on that one?
Yep.
Riley, what are you doing?
Trying to set a paper down.
No, leave it on that back side.
Yeah, might be another one.
Yeah, Dad, when she was covered.
I'm just glad that he wasn't angry.
No, usually they are.
You gotta get her permanent lids built. But this works. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me some gloves.
And you see this up here? This was used for ventilation, which in the summertime months they do need it. But I believe it's too much ventilation for in the winter, and that's what caused our frostbite last year. And of course these gaps don't help. But these gaps are covered up to a certain point, and we've got to do some more. But yeah, I'm thinking about just getting a thin piece of wood and running it down each one of these lines, and then paint the thing red, trim it out in white, to make it look like a little old barn. But these are just dog-eared fence boards that I used as a garden bed for a couple years. And I repurposed them into a chicken coop.
And surprisingly, the top does not leak. We overlapped with the fiberglass sheeting. Then we run a strip down the center of it. And it's pretty well. It's a good one.
But it does need to be painted before we have any, or sealed at least, the wood, before we have any rot set in.
Yeah, seal it. Stain it, seal it, whatever you want to do.
This is the first thing we built when we moved on this property.
Alright guys, as you can tell, this is a pretty decent sized coop, right?
4x8.
It's 4x8 and it has two doors. Two accessible doors for the chickens. And right here we installed a regular house window. It fully functions. It raises, it closes, it latches. And this was purely my wife's design.
I just thought if it was a really hot summer, we can open it up and they have ventilation. Put some chicken wire or some hardware cloth over the front. And just give them a little bit more ventilation. And it was laying around the yard, so.
So we have, we used the beds, flower beds, or garden beds, the dog-eared fence post, and this is our outsides. Now the inside, the floors and the roof and the doors that we have, we used fiberglass that was on a property that we moved into, and there was quite a bit of it, so we just put it to use with my wife's know-how and my backbone. We just kind of, went with it. But the studs for the roof and all that, they're built with
2x3s.
2x3s and 1x2s for some of the chicken rails.
2x2s.
And underneath our walkways, of course, we use the 2x2s or 2x4s for support. And they're not going anywhere. Now we have it raised up off the ground. We're going to try to redesign a little bit. We're not going to do a whole lot of adjustments to it. It might take another hour or so to, well, probably longer than that because we're going to have to turn it over and redo some leg work. But other than that, I think it's pretty good.
It is our stationary coop.
Yeah, it's stationary. It's not going to be moving around everywhere. Now we do have a few chicken tractors that we move around, and we'll get a little more into that on future videos.
But this is kind of our winter coop.
Yeah, this is our winter coop. in the back and on the sides there's ventilation. You got to have ventilation for the chickens or they'll get frostbite. Too much ventilation, you'll get frostbite.
And it's got too much ventilation.
And it's got too much ventilation right now because last year after we built it and we realized, well, we built it during the spring and they needed the summer ventilation, but we didn't allow for the winter ventilation. So we've got to uptake, I would say, or put an insulation type above it, and then that way during the spring and summer we can pull it back off. But other than that, it's a pretty sturdy coop. It don't rock and roll as much as a standard coop would, but it's been a good one.
I think we've got, what, $200 in it?
Yeah, maybe $200 in it with the post, refurbished wood, which is seen on the inside, the floors and stuff. But
Fiberglass.
and the windows, they was given to us, so I mean, yeah, it's been a good one.
Oh, we want to show you these cool mushrooms we found growing down here. They're all over the place in this chicken run. They're kind of pretty. I'll show you inside the coop. Caitlin. This is our daughter, Caitlin. She's a butt. A Cat's Life DIY. Down below in the description. If you don't link it, I'm going to be mad at you.
Okay. My daughter went to Tractor Supply, picked me up some wood chips. And we're going to spread these out.
I'll open the coop.
All over the coop.
Let's put me a ladder over here so I can climb in and out this thing. Okay, now I'm going to go run back and I'm going to put some wood chips in the nesting boxes. Okay. Alright, always remember guys, whenever you use your wood chips, do not use cedar chips. Always use your pine shaving. Always get your pine shaving. That way, and also whenever you're using, like for compost and stuff like that, if you're going to use your chicken to use the compost out of it, you don't want the red cedar chips because they have chemicals in them. And whatever you put down in the ground, say you want to plant, you know, tomatoes and stuff, you don't want a bunch of chemicals in them. So use the pine shavings, the all natural pine shavings. You don't want, you don't want the chemicals. And all we have to do now is put our chickens back in the coop, and they should be good to go. Double latch system on both doors, a must have.